The show, John Ross Bowie. Welcome to California Live.
So nice to be here.
I think it's safe to say that fans are so thrilled that Barry is back. What was your reaction when you got the call saying that you were going to revisit this character?
I said, you know, I am swamped right now. The money's going to have to go. No, I jumped at the opportunity. I was thrilled to come back as the character anyway, because he's incredibly fun to play. He's just pure id, says whatever's on his mind. You know, wildly inappropriate. But then to do it in this new context where there was going to be action and there were going to be fight scenes and special effects was beyond exciting, right? I was just over the moon. I
mean, he is one of the Big Bang Theory's most unforgettable characters. What was the
Unforgettable's doing a lot of heavy lifting there, isn't it? He is unforgettable. Not always but the way, like, you know, oh, I had this wart on my foot one time. It was unforgettable.
But he is a really good. He's a big character, and I mean, he's had like an evolution. So, what has the evolution like been in this series?
Well, just because Kripke's around more in this series, we get to know him a little better, and I'd like to think we get a clearer idea of what makes the guy tick.
Yeah.
You know, I like to think that there's sort of a villain origin story that comes across in this show of, you know, what this guy's childhood was like. He has a speech impediment. He's really smart. He's only 5'8". He probably had a pretty rough time in junior high. So I like to think that that's the reason he's become a supervillain. He isn't just an inherently cruel person. He just sort of evolved that way. But they all learn to work together in a really fun, cooperative way. And I think that was kind of an exciting arc for the character.
You mentioned kind of, you know, doing this in a new scene. So this is Chuck Lorre's first comedy to really include visual effects. I mean, multiple worlds. Like, what was it like doing a comedy at this level with like all those different?
It is incredibly exciting to do jokes when you are hanging off a wire 23 feet in the air. There's really nothing like it. It is exhilarating, and to manage, you know, when you've got to deliver a line while there are explosions literally going on near you, it's pretty thrilling, and it was new frontiers for all of us. None of us had really done a lot in the VFX space. I guess Lauren did a Jurassic Park movie, but the rest of us were kind of flying blind, and it was really, really fun.
But you don't really see this traditionally in a comedy. Comedies are always like, you know, in one place, so to see all this is really exciting, and to be able to do all of those things.
I mean, I grew up a massive fan of stuff like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, and so we got to shoot on the Back to the Future, the town square.
Gosh, so
those are big sci-fi comedies. So it felt a little bit like a dream come true. It was a dream come true.
Impeccable. Okay, how do you go? You're also doing a film with J.K. Simmons and Jeff Daniels, The Brink of War. This is drama, like full-on drama.
Full-on drama.
It's historical. How do you go from a historical drama to comedy? Like,
eagerly.
Where's your mindset at this point?
Well, you know, it's funny. They happen to be coming out at the same time. They were shot a good. There was a good time between the two shoots, but yeah, this gig came into my life, and I auditioned to play Ken Edelman, who was a real-life nuclear arms advisor to President Reagan in 1986. And I flew to Iceland, and we shot where the actual summit in 1986 took place between Reagan and Gorbachev, and it was completely unlike anything I've ever gotten to do before. I learned a ton about history. A cast member who I won't name got COVID, so I had like 5 days off in Reykjavik, which is a beautiful city. Can't recommend it enough. So that was also kind of a dream come true. The one problem was I had a mustache for the entire shoot, but my wife wasn't with me, so she didn't have to suffer.
She didn't have to. Do you have a fave? Comedy or drama?
They're completely different muscles, but it's you know, it's the old Jimmy Cagney line of, you know, hit your mark, look the other fella in the eye, and tell the truth. You know, I just enjoy doing both of them so much. I like working. I like to work.
Working is the best.
Working's great.
Exactly. And Stuart Fails to Save the Universe premieres Thursday, July 23rd on HBO Max. Thank you so much.